Hello everyone, how are we doing?
Guess who's reading more absolutely? Oh, you're recording.
It's fine, no one's there.
Were you recording?
No, I'm live, but no one's there, so what's up?
Yes, no, it's.
Okay.
Guess who's watching? Yeah, reading another absolutely amazing with fucked up manga. It's this good.
Oh no.
I read one last night, all 8 chapters of it, and it was
Scarred
actually.
you for life.
No, it was fucked up, but it was really sweet.
Okay.
Like the girl was messed up, but it was like it was a sweet messed up.
Is that even a thing?
No, because what she was doing, she thought was right, and she wasn't killing anyone. To be fair,
Oh, fair enough. I mean,
wasn't murder or hurting anyone.
okay.
The weirdest thing she did was kiss a girl, so
And she liked it?
no,
No.
she was just a bit obsessive or so,
Oh, okay.
a bit stalkery.
Interesting.
What can a girl do?
Not much.
Not much. Reading whatever the fuck I'm reading now, but I'm excited to read it because it looks interesting. Although someone just got crushed by a girder, so
Why is a Pokemon in anime?
exactly the first volume.
It's not as good as getting run over by a bus. Whatever, it's the same thing.
See you later.
Bye. Yep. Hello, Stephanie. How are you doing? You caught me mid humming to something. I don't know. So welcome. How are you doing? I am doing well. I am doing very, very well. I am ready for this live stream. I want to try and get a couple of people here before we go ahead and chat all things Disney news. So, anyone you fancy bringing along, bring them along. I'd be more than happy for that. More the merrier. Just making a post on Instagram, so excuse me from looking down just a second. Okie dokie, that's done. That is done. Oh man. So many things that have come out today in terms of Disney news, not just in parks, but the other areas of Disney as well. I'm very intrigued to see how many people know about it. Quite interesting. Sorry, I'm just trying to share this round as much as possible. Come on, people. Folks being silly. Okie dokie. Let's get to it. Do 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 do. Oh. Excuse me. Ow. Bom, bom, ba-dum, ba-dum. Okie dokie. Let's dive into it, I suppose. Let's see. Oh gosh. Okay, so I want to try and wait for a few more people. Possibly, I'm not sure. I can just dive into it. To be fair. Hello, people. How are we doing? Okay, so let me put that away. Okay, so the first thing that we probably all know about is the potion purple stuff that's going around Disney. That is the newest Disney trend in the parks and everywhere else at the moment. So I don't need to go too much about that. Hello, Disney World Adventures. How are you doing? Thank you for joining me. So the first thing I want to dive into is what is happening at Epcot, because there's quite a lot as from today on the Walt Disney World News Today website. Um, just Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, the new Japan restaurant has begun construction, Festival of the Arts preparations, and the new snacks apparel, and a lot more. So the first thing to be posted on this was at Future World East is the Guardians of the Galaxy construction, and the building is coming along very nicely. Um, it's almost entirely enclosed, and they have white scrims around the access stairwell, so they're beginning to finish the outside off and things like that. Yeah, everything is doing well here. Thank you for asking. Um, the new building at Hollywood Studios. Um, no, let me have a quick look. One moment. Okay. A quick look. Is this updated? Not sure. Mickey's. Do, 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 do. Streets of America. Uh, a bit going on that's not being shown. Quite a bit going on. That's from the 12th. Could that be? Disney Skyliner. The station looks pretty good. Looks like it's being redone. Mystery structure. Interesting. Sunset Boulevard. Merch, which is nice. I like merch. Some cool things going on here at Hollywood Studios. Okie dokie. Okay. In terms of and things like that, which is all interesting things. Oh, no, I've not seen anything. I'll have to check that video out. Um, it could be another shot, possibly. I'll check it out. Is there an opening date for Guardians of the Galaxy? I don't think so. Um, I'm not too sure. Um, uh, I've heard many days, right, coming towards June, June, July, coming towards the end of fall. Um, it seems to be one of those things that keeps fluctuating with the times. Um, I have to admit, it looks really cool. It does look really cool. Um, the next thing that is happening in 2 days' time is the International Festival on the Arts, which starts on Friday, as this is being um, live streamed. So the 18th of January until February the 25th. So that's pretty cool. So all of the booths are starting to be changed for that. During the festival, the Odyssey Centre will be a location of interest during the festival. There'll be activities and seminars and such. Still keeping in Epcot with the Ratatouille ride construction. New scaffolding appeared over the last couple of days. It appears as though I'm finally working on the facade for the show building, which is really, really good. So that's coming along nicely. The Japan restaurant construction. Um, Apparently, nothing's been changed as of much. They've just brought out a couple more machines to move along with it. Um, so it looks like they're still clearing the land as such to flatten it out and things. At the Norway Pavilion today, I believe Larry Dotson was there in the Norway Pavilion. Um, One of the few Disney artists you can find in the parks at the times outside of Festival of the Arts. So he's going to be there for between the times of the festival, I believe. In the UK pavilion, there is some Winnie the Pooh merch, a nice pillow, and on it it's got Eeyore, Tigger, Piglet, and Pooh, all walking in like marching style. And it says, "You can't stay in your corner of the forest, waiting for others to come find you. You have to go to them sometimes." That's a quote by A. Milne, the author of Winnie the Pooh. There's like a sippy cup, like a tumbler, all by Tervis. There's a compact mirror, and a Mary Poppins tea set from the look of it. A teapot and sugar bowl in the Art of Disney. Um, a little other thing in Future World West with Journey into Imagination. There is a poster that has been changed, like a stereoscopic poster at the entrance to the right. It's no longer Dr. Nigel Channing with a figment. It's now the Imagination Institute logo. And in the middle, it transforms into Figment, which I think is pretty cool. I really do like the look of that. In the image works, the old display has been completely removed. It's just a red construction wall. And hopefully, we're thinking with rumors that could be the stepping stone of moving Ralph and Vanellope over there. Um, In Mouse Gear, there is some new snack merch. It looks like there's a pizza with like Mickey shaped like toppings on. Um, it's called Taste D, which sounds pretty cool. Um, they're selling that at Disney Springs, as well as a few options of clothing, tanks, and different t-shirts with different food puns on it. Is a Let's Celebrate backpack, which looks really cool for Mickey's 90th. And that's pretty much it in terms of Epcot. I've not heard much else going on with the other parks, so I'm interested to see if you guys know anything. Yeah, that's this week. That was this day. Today. Um, Ron coaster looks fabulous at the Magic Kingdom. Can't wait to see that. Fingers crossed, I get to go see that and see some construction of it as it comes along nicely. Moving on away from the parks a little bit, we're moving on to EA with Disney. Um, Now, as you know, well, you might know, you might not know. EA is the ones who produce the Star Wars Battlefront games, um, and apparently this was posted today, so the 16th, and as from yesterday, so the 15th, Kotaku reported that EA has killed off a Star Wars game for effectively a second time. Um, Apparently, it's the same game. It was supposed to be like a RPG type thing. They've started working on it. Um, and EA and Disney signed a deal way back in 2013 to give EA the exclusive rights to make Star Wars games. And because this has been cancelled, excuse me, we are considering if this is going to change. A couple of things here. Um, The first was criticised for its lack of campaign and the fact that it sold the bulk of its content through pricey post-launch DLC, which, because it's EA, makes perfect sense. That's what they do. And 2 years later, Battlefront 2 did have a campaign which wasn't great and didn't have paid DLC, but committed the cardinal sin of not only relying heavily on loot boxes, but putting power gains inside those loot boxes. So just loads of random stuff going on there. So it looks as though Disney are not happy with the way that EA is making this game. So possibly reconsidering another one to publish it. Obviously, that's something else we will keep my eye on, because it'd be nice to have a Star Wars game again, hopefully in the future. Ahoy, Starshine, how are you doing? Howdy. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that I've not heard anything of this, but this is for a future thing. It's from the Tribune Content Agency. I'm not sure if this is true. But Disney is in the early development, as from today, the 16th, on a live action The Hunchback of Notre Dame, based on the animated film and Victor Hugo's 1831 novel Notre Dame de Paris. Playwright David Henry Hwang is attached to write the script, with Mandeville filmed and Josh Gad set to produce. Alan Menken and Steve Swartz will pen the music. Not entirely sure how this is, but it looks like there is some big names. Obviously, Josh Gad plays Olaf and Gaston in live action Beauty and the Beast. The animated movie directed by Gary, that's the Disney one. Hunchback of Notre Dame follows Disney's highly successful strategy of rebooting its animated titles into live action films, including Beauty and the Beast, The Jungle Book, Alice in Wonderland and the upcoming Aladdin, The Lion King, and Dumbo. The David Henry Hwang has won a Tony Award for M Butterfly. He was nominated for the revival of Flower Drum Song and Golden Child. His other plays include Chinglish, Yellowface, Kung Fu, The Dance on the Railroad, and Ida. And Swartz, his credit include who is doing the music, has done music for Wicked, Godspell, and Pippin. Mencken has won 8 Academy Awards and worked on Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and the original score for The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Gad was the voice of Olaf in Frozen, starred in the Broadway musical The Book of Mormon, and portrayed LeFou in the live-action Beauty and the Beast. I said Gaston, and that was completely wrong, so apologies for that. And the news was first reported by Deadline History, so this is the first I've heard of it, but it sounds like there are some big names so far in that. I'm kind of glad they've got Josh Gad in there, but I'm not sure what that's going to entail as of yet. Who's that? Disney's app. Not recently. I try not to use apps on my phone because I find them kind of like pointless unless I'm actually there or but yeah, very interesting to hear about Hunchback of Notre Dame. I'm looking at seeing what else news there is. Let's see. Obviously, we've had the price increase at Disneyland California. It's a DLC. Okay, so there's quite a lot. I've found something that's just got like a collective thing. Okay, so Bob Chapek, who is the chairman for Disney, has confirmed that Disney will overhaul Epcot. I want to look at that actually. Let's see. Oh, it's just a forum. It's just a forum. Okay, that's I don't want to look at forums. There's just quite a lot of things, most of which has all been pretty much said. They've announced dates for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party 2019. Really? That's surprising. Huh. Interesting. I might have to get the tickets as soon as possible. Not too sure. Well, it says it's all got the same date, so I'm not sure what's going on with this. That's kind of confusing. It's making my tiny mind feel very confused. So we will leave that. Have you guys heard anything Disney wise? Anything that I may have missed? Anything that you guys know of? I'm not too sure. I'm using the internet, so I don't know if I've missed anything or something's been overlooked possibly by any of the Disney bloggers. Okie dokie, let's dee. Oh gosh. Let's get down to business. Do-do-do, do-do. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Oh gosh. Bum 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 ba-dum. Ba-dum, bum bum ba-dum, bum. So maybe that's everything. So I want to um, bring to you possibly some Disney trivia. Um, if you guys are up for it, answering some questions, um, see what we get. I'm quite. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. That's what I want. There we go. Let's go. Excuse me. Okie dokie. So, uh, let's see. Okay, I think we should start with some of these here. Uh, let's see. Okie dokie. So, let's see. First question, if you are all ready for it, is what was the first roller coaster attraction at Walt Disney World? Was it Space Mountain or Big Thunder Mountain? Um, let's see if people. Let's see if we know. Let's get some Disney trivia. It's always good for some Disney trivia. Expand that Disney knowledge. Welcome back. Sarah, we're doing some Disney trivia. Would you like to join in? We're going to see if people know their Disney trivia. Let's see. So, bum, bum, bum. Let's get the first question. Okay. So, okay. There's the first question. So, what was the first roller coaster attraction at Walt Disney World? Space Mountain or Big Thunder Mountain? Also, hello, other people who are watching. I heard there's a big group watching on one collective thing. So, welcome. It was Space Mountain. Well done. Bum bum bum. Okay, next question. Let's see. Bum, 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 ba-dum. Oh gosh. Okay, so you're welcome. So the next one is, what was the first fairy tale that Walt Disney made a cartoon about? Excuse me. No, not Three Little Pigs. Close though. You're in that kind of like vicinity of fairy tales, so you are very close. Nope, not the Pied Piper either. Nope, not Billy Goat's Gruff either. I'm getting further away from it. Heading back towards the Three Little Pigs. Think of going back that way and thinking of directions of the yeah. Trying to think without giving it away. There's a wolf in it. There's a wolf. Yeah, Little Red Riding Hood. Yeah. Yeah, that was the first fairy tale cartoon that Walt made. Well done. Okie dokie. The next one is, what was the name of the dragon in Mulan, and who provided his voice? Oh gosh, my nose. Da, 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 da. Okay, this one. Mushu. And it was Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy did the voice of Mushu. Okay, this one. What actor was the first to receive a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor for providing a voice in a Disney full-length feature animation? Of all these things. No idea whatsoever. It was Robin Williams for the Genie. Okie dokie. Next one. Ba-da-da-da-da. That's how we do. That's how we do. Okay. This one. Okay, the next one. What was the first Mickey Mouse cartoon made in color? This one, actually. All in all, it's a good life. Bum bum bum. It was the band concert from, I want to say 1935. Just give me 1 minute. Yeah, 1935. So 1935. And fun fact with that, Walt was the only one who was allowed to use Technicolor at the time because he had a special partnership with them. So Walt and Disney in general were the first ones to use colored animations and things like that. So another thing that they were in further than anybody else. Okay, this one here. What was the last Disney movie officially overseen by Walt Disney? No, not Mary Poppins. Not Mary Poppins. I'll give a clue. It was. I'm trying to think of a clue without giving it away. It was an animated one. Yeah, it was. I want to say it was 1965. Oh, right, okay. So it was the last one that he worked on, but it came out after he passed away. It came out in 1967 in America and 1968 over here in the UK. Um, I'm trying to give you a clue. Yeah, it was before Robin Hood. It was before Robin Hood. It was based in. It was based. I want to say it was based in a an area with trees, and it had lots of animals in it. Um, and that's pretty much all I can give you without actually, giving you the answer. Um, no, not Bambi. Not Bambi. It was the Jungle Book. Yeah, so it was the Jungle Book. Next one, let's see. Let's see. Oh, it's just not true. Not anymore. Okie dokie. I don't know. It's just a thing that came into my head. Okay, next one. Who gave the opening speech when Walt Disney World opened in 1971? It wasn't Walt, no. Walt passed away 1966. So it was another member of the Disney family. But do we know who? It was Roy. It was Roy, yeah. Yeah, it was. Roy came out of retirement until he passed away. I think it was just 3 months after Disney World opened. Let's see. Yeah, he passed away. So when? So Walt Disney World opened October the 1st, 1971, and Roy passed away the 20th of December 1971, so just a couple months after. So, but yeah. Okay, next one. Which is the fastest ride at Disney World of the four main theme parks? So Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, Epcot, and Animal Kingdom. Walt never got to see Walt Disney World. No, not Space Mountain. No, Walt started the plans for Disney World. I think it's about a couple years after Disneyland actually opened. But he never got to see any of the. He never worked like on it like he did at Disneyland. So this is why that Disneyland is like the one where Walt actually molded it with him with his own hand, because he worked on quite a lot there. But in terms of Disney World, sorry, he hasn't. Which is a shame, really. It really, really is. It really, really is. I found one. I can't find it now. That's one I've got. Okie dokie. That's a good one. It is test track in Epcot. It goes 65 miles an hour. What do you think? It's round about that, like 64.5 miles per hour, but we round it up to 65. 104 kilometers, which really I don't know what kilometers is. It's like 65 miles an hour, I'm pretty sure. So that is that one. Yep. Okay, next one. What was the original vision for Epcot? And I will give you a clue as to what Epcot stands for. I'll post it in. This is what Epcot stands for: the Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. Interesting. Close, very, very close. Not from different countries per se, but I'm going to give you that. Epcot, or Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow, wasn't initially going to be a theme park land. It was going to be a hub for people to live. It was supposed to be like a town in a sense, where everything was accessible, like shops and houses, residential areas, for the most part, for cast members and people in the residing area. And it was supposed to be more of like a living quarters rather than a theme park. However, they did actually do a residential area under Michael Eisner when he was CEO, called Celebration in Florida. That's their town. Disney used to own that town until complications arose and they had to sell it off to the Florida state. But yeah, it was supposed to be somewhere for people to live. Okay, next one. I'm going to do a couple more, I think. So this one, probably like two more. So what town is Main Street, USA modeled after? There it is. Yeah, it was based off where he grew up for the majority of his life. He was born in Chicago, um, and he was born in Chicago. He lived there till he was 2 in the family home, and then his father Elias um, got a job in Marcel, Missouri. Um, Marceline, Missouri. Sorry, not Marcel. Marceline, Missouri, which is where Walt grew up for the majority of his life. And quite recently, actually, with the I think it's funding from Disney themselves. They're actually making Walt's house where he grew up. Is it the one where he was born? I think it's the one where he was born in Chicago. They're actually renovating it from the time period of when Walt actually lived there, back in like the early 1900s. So around about 1901, 1902. That's that kind of time period. So that's I'm quite impressed with that. Hopefully, I get to go see that. Okay, this one here. Next one. What is the name of the statue featuring Mickey and Walt in front of Cinderella Castle? It's called the partner statue because Walt always said that Mickey was his partner, not his creation, because they created the world of Disney together. Okay, next one, and I think this will be the last one now. Let's see. That's wrong. It's a bit out of date, this. Okay, and the last one. Last one. This might be a bit hard actually, but I have faith that people will know. How many languages are featured at the end of It's a Small World? There is quite a lot. I'll give you a clue. It's over 15. Close. A little bit less than 25. Anyone, any other guesses before I give the answer? Yeah, 25 is too much. It's a little bit less than 25. Also, welcome, Defender David. Glad to have you here. Thank you for joining. No, 6 is too little. 6 is too little. It is in the 20s. It is around the 20s, but 25 is too much. Close, very close. 22. There's 22. There is 22. Good job, Sarah. Well done. Oh my gosh, what is this? Instagram. Okie dokie, ladies and gentlemen. I think that is everything. We've covered all the Disney news. We've had a good Disney trivia going on here today. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure. I have a pretty good video planned for tomorrow. It's all ready to go. I just need to upload it. So until I see you then in the video, thank you, good night, and see you real soon.